let's get this old buggy ready. Because I'm running a 3S, it's really difficult to make that double. No! What's going on, guys? Today's video is exciting because I'm going to a new place, Elite RC something. I don't know, it's about an hour away from here. They run 8-scale buggy and 10-scale stuff off-road. So it'll be a proper off-road track, and I'm going to be trying the Tamiya Td4 Super Avanti and bringing my old Losi 8 nitro buggy converted to e-buggy from really long time ago. Let's go. All right, so I've arrived, and it looks like it's kind of a computer store as well or something like that. Anyways, let's hop on the driver's stand and have a look. It's gonna be a little loud because it's right next to a highway. Yeah, literally next to a highway. Let's see. So we'll go ahead and get my cars ready, throw my head cam on, and see if we can drive this. Jumping straight into some driving footage, we've got a session here starting with my second pack, and then we'll have some of my third pack as well. The first pack you don't want to see. That's where I was feeling out the track, going very slow around corners, not doing any jumps, just feeling out the traction. And I'd learned that the traction's actually quite slippery here. As you can see, it's very dusty. The track does have a watering system that drivers can turn on at any time. At the moment, it wasn't working. The track looks smoother than it actually is. There are a lot of ruts, rocks, bumps. You'll see later with my 10 scale that it was a bit rough, but this 8 scale has no problem soaking it up. The track took definitely 2 packs to get used to understanding what the flow was or what it wanted. So you'll see later my laps do get better. Luckily for me, there was 2 regular racers there. Actually, one of the top racers was there, so I was able to watch his lines to get me comfortable a lot quicker. I haven't jumped something this big in a long time, so it took me a little bit to get used to controlling the pitch and how to get off the jumps. I was really trying to go for a slow is fast type of thing, but if you watch my videos, you know my trigger finger is very heavy. Now, making this double is and was possible. I did make it once, and I attempted it probably 5 times, but I didn't want to break anything, so I stopped attempting it, and I decided just to roll over the double for peace of mind. Overall, I had a really good time playing with my 8 scale here, and it reminded me why I dumped all of my 10 scale stuff originally to go into 8 scale a long time ago. 8 scale really is a different level when it comes to real-world dynamic terrain. I've known about this place for a couple of years now, but it's taken me a long time to come out here. I kind of regret not coming out sooner, but I'm glad I'm here now. I got a chance to talk to Joe, who I believe is the owner of Computer Elite, who is the #1 track sponsor. Yep. #1 sponsor is Computer Elite. Yes, sir. And he was telling me they've had 100 racers show up here. On a typical night, you won't get 100, but having even half of that is more than impressive. Another thing he told me is some of the racers not only come for the races, but they come for the pulled pork that they serve during races.
You get a nice pulled pork.
Sponsored by NutriFarms.
So they provide all the pork for the pulled pork, and it's all locally grown.
Thanks to NutriFarms, if you race here, you can enjoy some pulled pork sandwiches.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Good food.
The facility seems very friendly. There's a washroom, there's a watering system I had mentioned already for the track, there's a compressor system to blow off your vehicles, there's electrical, although you need to bring your own extension cord and pit table. I would suggest maybe a tent or something on the very sunny days. Their driver stand is double tiered and parking is plenty. Driving there was really easy. Alright, so we're about to wrap it up with my 8 scale and pull out the Tamiya Td4, which is a 10 scale. But before we switch over, a couple of things to note. I definitely need stiffer suspension. I need a lot more grip because right now it's sliding out everywhere. I need thicker shock oil because it's bottoming out on some of the jumps, and I'd like to get a 4-cell battery for this track. Alright, heading over to the Td4. Alright, time to bust out the Tamiya Td4 Super Avanti. I had to do a lot of various things to get all this to fit because the body and this chassis is just ridiculous. Does not allow you to fit much. Yeah, it's terrible. Let's go. Alright, we've now got the Td4 on track, and if you haven't noticed by now, I'm doing a voiceover because it's way too loud for you to hear me talk right across a highway. The dusty track conditions make it even slipperier for the Td4. The tires on it are just not good enough for this. They're the box stock tires that came with it. When I first got the car on there, it was quite different because the car is so much smaller, it handles the bumps so much less, and it kept slapping the chassis off every jump. I did try making the double once, and it made it. I decided not to try again. But the car is so smooth that I ended up getting into a groove very quickly. Sadly though, that ended quite quickly as I started hearing some clicking coming from the transmission. Instead of tearing it apart at the track right there, I decided it was time to pack it up and check out what was wrong with it at home. Luckily, it was just a rock that somehow found its way into the gearbox, where the pinion and the spur gear meet. Since then, I've cleaned it out and redid the layout of all the electronics, and we're using a shorty pack now. Alright folks, that's all I've got for today. I've got a few more 10 scale buggies I could bring out. Unfortunately, the other 10 scale buggies are only 2-wheel drive, making it even tougher if I bring it out on this rough track. I did consider bringing my 10 scale rally cars here, but again, this is a very rough track. If you plan on coming here, I would suggest a 4-wheel drive short course truck or an 8 scale. I was told the track conditions are nowhere near as dusty when it's nighttime and when they're running and after the watering system's been put to use. If you want more information, they do have a website, and it's www.Rctrack.ca. You can sign up for practice slots online with a day pass, or they have a very affordable yearly membership. You can bet I will definitely be returning. Well, that's it for now, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And if you're not already subscribed and you like RC content, make sure you subscribe. And do me a favor, please hit the like button so other people can get to see the video as well. As always, make it a great day. Peace out.
How long you been here?
2008.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you come up with the idea?
Well, so my kids wanted to put a track in, and when the year that we put it in, they the Barrie track closed. They didn't want in behind a co-op in Barrie. They had a pretty big track, a lot of members there.
Okay.
And then they closed that down. They said they couldn't use that land anymore, and so we were just starting to put the track in, and Sean came up and he asked us, you know, hey, can we race here? And so we said sure, and then it just literally, like, it was like that summer, the highest number that we had was 97 entries in a night. Wow. And that was night racing. We had to try and get done. I think it was midnight by the time we finished or something. You know, we were trying to get done earlier, but oh, it was crazy. A lot of fun. We don't get that many now. We get around 50 entries a night, I guess.
Okay, but it is growing. Have you noticed that the hobby is growing right now?
Yeah, it is right now.
Yes.
It does this. This hobby is a roller coaster. Because you get a bunch of guys who like it and want to get into it, and then that
half of them stay, half of them leave.
Some leave, yeah. They get married, you know, they do crazy things like that.
What do you do here? Are you a distributor?
We are a tech company. Okay. So basically we do help desk, servers, workstations, backups, you know, all that kind of, like any business. We do IP phones, but we'll go in, we'll do all the cabling, like we do everything ground up. So if you're a company, we're Xerox authorized, we're Lenovo authorized, so we're going to do all the warranty work and stuff. We'll put in the printers, put in the workstations.
So you're a certified hub from the bigger companies.
Right. Yes. Yep.
¡Number 1 sponsor, Computer Elite.
Yes, sir. That's it. You know it. Turn the camera over that way. Come on, get that way. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
We got it.